Thank you all for joining in. This session will help you understand the specifics of Elite National Talent Hunt 22. My name is Samantha Braganza, and I'm involved with Elite hiring for the North region. We have our presenter for today, who is Lavanam Ambala. He is the national head for campus hiring. He comes with 15 plus years of experience in campus recruitment. So there is no one better who can, present and guide you through this whole process. So we have some slides prepared for you, right? Before that, we have a short video, which I'll be playing up right now. Perfect. All right. So just a note before we move forward, those who have logged in through their mobile could probably not see or hear this video very well. Those who have done through their PC and desktop would have been able to see and hear it. So Lavanam, I will hand it over to you, right, to take on the next slides going forward.
Thanks, Samantha. So good afternoon, everybody who have joined this session. Before even starting this session, I would like to wish you all a happy Engineers Day. And the future, the technology community, the people who are going to build your career and become a good professional and future technology leaders. Engineers are someone who, the world looks up to you as one of the most creative individuals and who brings the transformation through your innovative approach. So welcome to all for National Talent Hunt pre-placement talk. I'm Lavanam. I'm working in the campus hiring team for last 10 years. And I'm 15 years old in this organization and started the career with, in different segments in the HR domain, and after that within the campus I have played multiple roles. So starting this presentation, the first slide, it's worth starting with the introduction of Azim Premji, who is man of 1,000 words, and all of you know about him. When you think about Wipro, when you hear about Wipro, the first face that comes into the mind is Azim Premji, who has built this company from vegetable oil, company to India's third largest IT exporter, as well as he's also known for his not-for-profit initiatives and philanthropic endowment, where he has contributed a good amount of his funds through Azim Premji Foundation, which is working actively among schools and government colleges towards uplifting the education. Next slide. Yeah. So while we move ahead with the next slide. Talking about Bold Tomorrow, all of you know, while we celebrate our 70 years of existence, and you know, we are working closely with different communities and customers, uh, preparing for a bold tomorrow and staying relevant and staying ahead with the conditions where technology is disrupting every domain, and we have our well-trained global talent in order to support our customers and communities. Next. So talking about Thierry, he's our CEO and Managing Director. And so for last 1.5 years, since he has taken over the role as CEO, and he comes with a rich experience. He was heading operations, he was the chief operating officer in Capgemini. And since he has taken over the role, we have seen a significant growth, and we have added 30,000 employees to the organization, and we have reached almost $10 billion, revenue generation. In his approach, what he talks about digital first approach and best in class execution towards helping our customers and winning their trust and maximize the value of their businesses. Next slide. So talking about transformation, all of you know that Wipro is, as a company, when it started, it's born, it was largely into a Western India product. That's what the full name. But now we don't have such, we don't elaborate in that way. When it started, it was having vegetable oil and laundry soaps. Even now, 11% of our revenue comes through this particular domain. When you're talking about Santur as a soap, Santur product, and Yardley, Chandrika, Glucovita, Wipro bulbs, Wipro lights. So these are the products which contributes 9 to 11% to the revenue for the entire Wipro as a limited conglomerate. However, you all will be part of IT, and in 1980s. Company got into IT industry in 1990s, started our R&D division with a very limited number of people, where today it has become world's largest third-party R&D service provider. In 2000, Wipro listed in New York Stock Exchange and got into BPS. In 2010, Wipro started its transformation journey into digital practices and acquired companies like Exprio, Top Coder, and Design It to start our journey into digital. And 2017, we have re-articulated our value system and relaunched our brand identity. And 2020, we have started a new operating model for efficient delivery. I will be covering that in the next slide. Next slide. So if you talk about the revenues, large portion of the revenues comes from Americas, followed by Europe and EMEA. And active global customer base, we have around 1,200, and employee base of 200,000 employees working in this organization. And we spread across 66 countries. Next. So I was talking about the operating model, and these operating model are simplified in order to handle the large deals, in order to give integrated solutions and delivery. So you have seen that since the large number of revenue, large portion of the revenue comes from Americas, though we split into two parts and two sectors, and the third sector is Europe, followed by Americas. And these sectors are supported with two business lines, Ideas and iCore. Part of iCore, if somebody is working on cloud infra, digital operations, risk, and cybersecurity services, you will be part of iCore. And integrated digital engineering and application services, you will be part of Ideas. Next slide. So talking about these four values, which are very easy to say but tough to follow, and that too on day in day out, rigorously practicing is very tough. But so we emphasize on these particular aspects, to be followed even before the business. Be passionate about client success, treat each person with respect, and be global and responsible and unyielding integrity in everything that we do. Along with this value system, we have also practiced these five habits. Next slide. So, if you see Rishad Premji, who is the chairman of the organization, spends a good amount of his time in talking to his employees and teams, uh, in terms of promoting and uh, ensuring that we practice them, being respectful, being responsive, always communicating, demonstrating stewardship, and building trust. Next. So the values and the habits that reflects the culture of the organization, and talking about how do we promote equality. You know that this national talent hunt. We believe that every college there is a talent. Given an opportunity, they will be able to uh, perform and take up the roles. Along with that, if you look at 35.8% of our employee base comes with women colleagues, and we have 135 nationalities working in this organization. While in each location where we work, 67.4% of the people comes from the localites who works in the location. And response to COVID-19, all of you are aware that kind of situation we have been going through, we have handled last year, and how the company has responded to the people, to the crisis, made distributing millions of masks and enabling millions of meals during the lockdown, and training thousands of healthcare workers and personals. Also, we have handed over entire Pune Development Center to the government, Maharashtra government, to make it as full-fledged uh, a full-fledged COVID hospital. It's a lot of good stories that we hear, and even now it's functioning for the last 18 months. And towards building a better world, taking social responsibility initiatives, Azim Premji Foundation and Wipro communities are working closely with education segments, especially for government schools and colleges. Thousands of schools and colleges we are working with across India towards uplifting the standard in the education and the community care that we do through Wipro Care. Also, we promote ecological sustainability and workplace sustainability. So these efforts have enabled us as and made us world's most ethical organization for last 10 years consistently. Next slide. So, with that, I would stop here. I would welcome you all to limitless world of opportunity awaits for you, and where a fast track technology programs are enabled for you, so that you can craft your identity and groom as a high caliber students with the potential to become future leaders, future managers. And what are the five, six things that you can get when you join this organization? One, the company is rapidly growing. When you're with a company which is growing, you will also grow. Second, we emphasize on a lot of learning as an individual and as a professional. So we enable with MTech and EPGDVM courses through BITS Pilani and Symbiosis kind of institutions, which are top institutions. And third, we bring a lot of flexibility in the role, so that somebody who aspire to become or explore certain technologies can explore within the organization. You can take different roles. You can move from one role to another role. Even not only technology domain, you can even explore consulting, sales, and our pre-sales and delivery and technical architect. You can become distinguished member, and finally you will be with an organization which nurtures a great culture, so that you have a great experience working with this organization. With that, I stop here. I would request Samantha to walk you through on the eligibility and the selection process. Then we will enable the session for question and answers. I would thank each one of you for giving me this time to explain about how Wipro can be a great platform for each one of you to start your career. Wishing you good luck, Samantha.
Yes. I hope you can hear me, Lavana. Am I audible?
Yes, yes, clear.
All right, great. So yes, as Lavana mentioned, I'll take it forward. We'll start with the eligibility criteria for this program. So we're looking at a minimum of 60% or 6.0 CGPA in 10th, 12th, and graduation. This also works, this is also applicable for diploma. So if some of y'all, instead of 12, y'all have a diploma, that works for us as well. No part-time or correspondence or distance learning education is allowed for either 10th, 12th, diploma, or graduation. All branches of BE Tech are allowed here, except for fashion, textile, and there are two more which are not mentioned in this slide, which is food and agriculture. So except for fashion, textile, food, and agriculture, all other branches are allowed. One backlog is allowed till the offer stage. After that, and by that we mean that during your online assessments, during your interviews, you can go with one backlog. But when we reach the offer stage, you have to show some certificate of completion or some proof that you're done with it. The year of passing is 2022 only. And there is a maximum of 3 years of gap, which is allowed anywhere between 10th graduation. We're not allowing any gaps in between the semesters of your graduation. So please make a note of that. And the qualification, of course, BE Tech. And we're also allowing for a 5-year integrated course. And the age limit is 25. Moving on to the selection process, it's a little bit different this time round, so please pay attention. We will start with online registration. I'm sure all of you all are going through that. The deadline for it is 20th of September. Those who have registered and who are eligible will go through an online assessment. We will get into the details of what this online assessment is all about in the later slides. Those that have cleared this online assessment will go for something called business discussion. Now, you may have heard, before from your PO or from your seniors that you would have a technical interview and then an HR interview. So we're doing away with all that, and we're just going to have one interview round, which is the business discussion. And in this business discussion, we're going to look at more behavioral competencies, like cultural alignment. Do you fit within, the 5 habits and the spirit of Wipro that Lavanam spoke about? Your communication, of course, English language skills. When it comes to collaboration as well, are you able to work within a team? And learnability. Are you able to absorb whatever is taught to you well? Do you show that initiative to learn more, etc.? So these are the 4 parameters that you are going to be judged on during this business discussion. And those that clear the business discussion, of course, receive the letter of intent from us. So this is how your selection process looks like. Moving on, the benefits. We start with a 3.5 lakh CTC. We look at all benefits like medical, insurance, gratuity, survival benefit, etc. There is a service agreement of 12 months, and there is a charge of 75,000 if you leave within the 12 months. And please make a note, because a lot of students, they are vulnerable to scams and such. Wipro does not charge a fee at any stage in the process. So when we are giving you the offer letter or to schedule your interview, we're not going to ask you for anything. So please make a note of that. The 75,000 charge is only if you leave within the 12 months of joining. And the joining designation is project engineer. Now, growing with Wipro and how you can do that. So we will start with a pre-joining program even before you join us, right? This will make you ready to join Wipro. It will definitely give you that edge. right? Once you join us, there's a corporate induction which will, orient you about everything organization related. Then you have the project readiness program, which will train you before you're allocated to a particular project or account. Then you have business unit induction, which will orient you about the project that you're going to be put into. And then continuous learning, of course, as Lavanam also mentioned, you can move roles, right? I am a testimony to that. I've had 3 different roles within Wipro in the 5 years that I've been with this company. And we have a lot of internal opportunities you can apply for as well. So if you have the expertise and if you show interest, you will be called upon for an interview, and then you can go ahead and move roles within the organization. As I mentioned, we'll get into a few more details about the online assessment. So here it is. The assessment will comprise of 3 sections. So you will have, the first section is aptitude, the second is coding, and the third is a written communication test where you will be given a topic and a general topic, and you need to write an essay on it. You can take this assessment from anywhere. It's a completely virtual setup. The assessment will be for approximately 2 hours without breaks. So please ensure that you have everything at arm's length, like food, water, whatever you require, a pen, paper, rough sheet, because you cannot get up from your seat. And a laptop or PC with a good camera is must, and ensure that there are no distractions. Pop-ups and add-ons will be disabled. You will, before your test gets sent out to you, we will share all the required things that you need to do for this test, everything that you need to, keep prepared, right? But yes, just for your knowledge right now, pop-ups and add-ons need to be disabled. You cannot toggle between devices. You cannot, open up a new tab and such. That will be counted as a fraudulent activity, and it will immediately, trigger your disqualification. So please make a note of that. And the assessment login details will be shared 30 minutes prior to the assessment time. So we have a lot of colleges and students that, that get into a panic that, okay, the test is in an hour or 2 and they still don't have the login details. But please note, it will only be sent to you 30 minutes prior. Now, before we take your question answers, we have a short video once again. And just to note one more time, if you've logged in through your mobile, you're probably not able to see or hear this. Those who have logged in through their laptop and PC will. So I'll just play this.